Well, team, we've been to three big international airports recently, and you know what? It was turmoil.
We have a solution for that. But before we tell you, if you are new to our channel, we are Tina and Norm, and we talk all things retirement, finances, and travel as well.
And we'd like to send a special message to our viewers in Nova Scotia. They've had some terrible flooding. They've had something like 3 months of rain in one day. So we've seen the news reports. It's just terrible. So I'm wearing my Halifax t-shirt in solidarity.
And we have had some wonderful trips out there, haven't we, Norm?
We love Nova Scotia and the Maritimes. So, turmoil at the airports.
Oh,
What could be a solution to that, team?
it's got to be a Nexus card, Norm.
So, a Nexus card is part of the Trusted Traveler program. And if you're in the US or Canada or even Mexico, you
Mhm.
can apply to this program, which we did about 4 years ago. And it involves having to be pre screened. So, what were the steps to doing that, team?
Well, first of all, you have to go on to the actual website and fill all the information in. And then as you progress, you actually have to go and have an interview, don't you?
You do. So
Yeah,
you need to meet the
yeah,
Americans' customs officers. So they have designated
yeah.
offices that they will allow you to go have an interview. So as Canadians, during that illness that we don't talk about
Yeah,
anymore, we had to go across the border to a US customs office just across the water from Windsor in Detroit. So once you have this, it opens up a world of advantages for you. Um, but one of the main things that we're saying is that if you want to get through airports and you don't want to be in those big long lineups going through the um, x-ray machines lined up with everybody else, what we saw were hours long
hmm.
waits.
And things have changed substantially now with even some extra new rules in, whereby we now no longer have to take the fluids out. We don't have to take cell phones or laptops out. Everything can stay in your bag. You just put it in one of those carton things, it whizzes through. We don't have to take anything out anymore. Norm doesn't have to take his belts off, his shoes, or
No,
anything.
and the
It's
event
amazing.
and the advantages
Yeah,
are that when you book your airline
yeah,
tickets, um,
yes.
they will ask you whether you have what identification you have, whether you have a passport
Mm-hmm.
or whether you have a trusted traveler program. So we normally use our passports, but we do, as an option, enter our trusted traveler program. And that gives us a
Yeah,
pre check on the boarding pass. So we are regarded as being pre-cleared by the security. And this time when we were traveling,
mm-hmm.
we just went up to the customs window, the US. We expected the usual questions, and they just said, "Hi, Norm, is
Yeah.
that you?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Have a great day."
It was fantastic, wasn't it? It was so quick. It was great.
So $50. It'll be the best $50 you will
Yeah,
ever spend,
yeah.
believe me. The other thing that is a great advantage is that when you come back from your trip, have you ever been in one of those big, long, snaking
Yeah.
lineups trying to
Well,
go through customs?
yeah.
We've never been in one of those for a long, long time.
No, we have our own designated area that just Nexus people go through. So all we do is we go up to the kiosk, we put our card in, we put the passport in, they check your eyes, and that's it. Away we go. It prints the receipt, and
Yeah.
we're off. It's
Because as
great.
part of the
Yeah.
interview process, when you
Mm-hmm.
apply for the card, is that they'll do a retina scan
Yeah.
and they'll also take electronic
Think.
fingerprints.
Yeah.
So when we go up to the machine, we put our card in, they know who we are, and the machine scans our retina, and basically you're on your way. So we can go through an airport like Pearson back with the arrivals, and we can be outside of the airport within about 10 or 15 minutes.
Which is pretty amazing, isn't it? We kind of think it's the best thing you can do. And you know, you don't have to be traveling for business or anything.
No,
Even if you're somebody that's retired and you only go on a couple of vacations a year, it can take away so much stress of the actual trip and
because
going through the airport. It's great.
let's face it,
Yeah,
Tina, there is
yeah.
absolutely no fun in flying anymore,
No,
going through airports.
no,
The duty free isn't even cheap anymore.
no.
So
Yeah.
the, this whole nexus thing helps to reverse the clock on
Mm-hmm.
how dreadful airports are by speeding things up. And this brand new program that the Canadian government has brought out
Yeah.
for going through the scanners, not having to take anything out of your cases. The Americans are doing it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a unified program. Honestly, I would never want to go back to the old way.
No, it's as you say, Norm, it's the best $50 you can spend.
And so that's our tip for taking the turmoil out of airports and meaning that you'll no
Yeah,
longer stand in those lines thinking the line is going slowly
yeah,
and my plane is leaving in the next half hour and I
and
haven't got to the gate.
yeah, and will I get on it? That just doesn't happen anymore. It
Is
is wonderful.
is
Yeah,
that a way to have
the stuff.
a stress-free vacation flight?
No, it isn't. It really
Because
isn't.
we often see
Yeah,
people
people saying,
being
yeah,
rushed to the front of
oh,
the
you've got to
line.
let me on. You've got to let me on. My plane's going and I'm going to miss it. And this takes away everything, doesn't it? So we would highly recommend it to you.
So if you're interested in Nexus, just Google
Yeah,
Nexus. If you have to be Canadian or
yeah.
American, and I believe it does extend to Mexico, and it means that you cross borders so much more efficiently, and you whiz through airports. Which
Well, it's
who
great.
wouldn't want that?
Absolutely. I definitely, it was made the trip so much better for us. And we hope it does for you too.
Exactly. So we hope that you are keeping well,
And staying safe.
and until the next time,
Bye bye.
bye bye.